What's up guys, it's Julie. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a poorly lit corner in my room. Are we surprised I have bad lighting? No, because if anything, that's what I'm known for. I don't even know where I could go. I'll make it... Is that better? Maybe? Ish? Still bad. Anywho, welcome back to my channel. I have a lot of energy right now, like
rocket level energy right now.
I thought, why not sit down, film this video? It's like midnight or so, but we out here, we're gonna be filming. You're welcome. For those of you that are new here, and the fact that I'm already 2 minutes into this video and I'm still haven't introduced anything, hi, welcome. My name is Julie. I'm gonna be a senior in college this year. I think every single time I say that in a video, it scares me more. By the time this video is up, I turn 21 tomorrow, and that makes me like a full
legal adult.
I'm making this video because I am going to be a senior in college. I think I'm qualified. I'm saying I'm qualified. Am I really qualified? Probably not. But I'm qualified to give some advice to those who are going into college, first time. I'm here to give you some advice. And not just some advice. I'm here to kind of debunk the rumors or the myths, here to break it to you about the expectations versus reality of college. Now, a lot of these are based off what I was expecting when I was going to school. So I thought all of these things, so you don't have to. You're welcome. No need to thank me, but if you want to thank me, you can go ahead and like this video, subscribe down below if you want. So let's get into the video of expectations versus reality of college. I kind of broke these up into different sections. So I have living in the dorms / with your roommate, social life, homework / classes, so anything like actually academic, and then health, and then anything else that I think of while we're speaking. So starting off with dorms and roommates. When I was first starting at my university, I was expecting I was gonna be best friends with my roommate. We were gonna get along so well, do everything together. Our room was gonna be one of those cute like Pinterest rooms. That was gonna be the place where everyone hangs out. Dorms, I was gonna know every single girl on my floor. We were gonna be such great friends. And that the fire alarms always going off were a complete myth. Well, let me break it to you. Starting with roommates, I personally was not close to my roommate at all. We had some issues that I'm not going to discuss just because I don't want to. In the end, we were able to be civil. Like, neither one of us moved out. We were able to live together, but all in all, we were not compatible roommates. She's a very nice girl, and like, I'm not taking that away from her. A lot of people like her as a friend, like, but just her and I together, we were just not good to live together. It's okay if you're not friends with your roommate. Like, there's a high chance that you won't be friends with your roommate, and that's okay, but there's also a chance that you will be, and that's also great. Like, 2 of my flatmates that I live with right now, they've been roommates since our freshman year of college, so great for them. Like, they were able to live together all this time. For others, that's just not how it is, and that's just the truth. Sometimes, like, you don't speak to your freshman year roommate, or even maybe your sophomore year roommate you don't speak to. For me, it was my freshman roommate, and you just kind of accept that and just keep going about your life. They'll go about theirs, you go about yours. When decorating your room, you most likely won't be spending a lot of time in there. For me, was how I met a lot of my friends was because I didn't spend any time in my dorm except for pretty much sleeping. I ended up avoiding my room a lot of the time, but that's honestly how I met probably my closest friends, is through staying out of my room. I would stay up really late in the library or classrooms with my friends doing homework. I would always go to my dorm floor's lounge to do homework and meet up with people that I knew. Honestly, that was just the easiest way for me to make some of my friends. As for being friends with everyone on my floor, that did not happen. To be honest, I don't remember a lot of their names. I would say the people that were in like a vicinity of like 4 doors from me, I knew them-ish. Like, I would walk by and I would say hi, and I knew their names, and I still know their names, but that's about the extent of that. Fire alarms. Be prepared. Dorm fire alarms are the most sensitive things ever. At my school, there's one freshman dorm in particular, that always has the most fire alarms go off. Personally, with my dorm, we never had a fire alarm go off, thank God. So I never had to be woken up by one, but there was one dorm on my campus that I think had it go off 23 times in a semester. I think it went off 3 times at one night. And when I say these things were sensitive, like they would start going off when you would spray perfume too close to it. That's not even smoke, it would go off. But yeah, a lot of people don't know how to make their easy mac or ramen or whatever. So honestly, do be prepared, because it's better to be prepared to wake up to a fire alarm than to not. Moving on to social life. I was expecting to always be going to parties, always going out with people. Like, I was gonna be friends with everyone again on my floor. I was gonna be friends with everyone in my classes. I was gonna be involved in so many clubs, and like just the people were gonna be better in college. Like, everyone was gonna be so much more mature. Like, no more of this high school drama. We're adults now. Boy, was I wrong. Starting off with just talking about friends in general. You will make friends if you want to make friends. If you put yourself out there, you will find someone to talk to. Like, when you first get to school, it is the scariest thing out there. You don't know anyone. You don't really know the environment you're in, but also no one around you knows anyone. No one knows the environment they're in. So that's the perfect time to meet people. Whether it is in class, at lunch, in the student center, in your hall, in a staircase. There are so many different places that you can meet people. Like, I met one of my friends walking up a staircase. I met probably my closest friend who ended up living across the hall. I just sat down with her one day at lunch. Didn't really know who she was, but we started talking, and here we are 3 years later, just as close as can be. So if you sit in your dorm all day, don't expect to make a lot of friends, because you're not putting yourself out there and no one really knows who you are. Not joining clubs is another way to not meet people. Like, I was told when joining clubs you should join 3. One that's something you're interested in, one that can pertain to your major, and one that is something that you thought you never do. For me personally, I love Christmas, and I joined a Christmas club that helps provide underprivileged kids a Christmas experience they never thought they'd have. Okay, that's something I love. Something for my major. I'm a psychology major, and on my campus there's a psychology club, so I'm a part of that. And then third is a club called Distance for Dreams, and pretty much you go and run half marathons to help raise money for a Special Wish Foundation. So I ran my first half marathon, and that was something I never thought I'd do, and then I ended up realizing how much I love running. And I loved all the people there. That was something that I joined last year, so my junior year. And here I am about to be a senior, and I'm hoping that with everything going on that I'll be able to do that again, because I absolutely loved it. So putting yourself out there and doing things that you never thought you would do is probably one of the best ways to be social, because then you can also bond with other people. As for going to parties, because parties is probably one of the biggest social events, right next to sporting events such as football games and basketball games, even soccer games. Like, soccer games were huge in my school. Partying, you don't have to party if you don't want to. For me personally, I'm the type of person that doesn't like to be out super late, and a lot of times that's when parties are just getting started. Like, I do like to go out. I'm not saying that I don't go out, because I do sometimes, but I don't make that a daily or even a weekly occurrence. Sometimes I'll go like maybe twice a month, if that, and that's okay with me. Like, a lot of my friends actually enjoy spending time in an apartment or in someone's room, just hanging out, eating food, playing games. Like, we brought a Wii, and let me tell you, everyone loves Wii. We have Mario Kart. Everyone just loves coming over to hanging out, and that is some of the best times that I have. So you don't have to party in order to have a good social life. If you want to party, just make sure you're doing it safely. Always go in a group, or at least with one other person. Have a backup plan in case something goes wrong. Have someone you can call. Do not drive if you plan on consuming alcohol. Not that you would, because that's illegal until the age of 21, and we all know that, right? Yeah. Moving on. As for people being mature, I wish, especially when you first get to college and you have that first little taste of freedom, you are going to realize how many people are gonna just go for it. More freedom means more interesting events, we'll call it, but also everyone in colleges and at universities kind of accept that culture. At least I know they do in American universities. I don't know what it's like overseas, but let's just say one day I saw someone walking down just the path going to class dressed up as an inflatable dinosaur, and I just said okay and kept walking, didn't question it. Let's just say there's a lot of decisions like that that'll make someone end up on bar stool. So it can be entertaining, but it can also be very annoying because not everyone is mature, and you may think you're mature, but then you're gonna realize, hey, I'm still only 18, I'm still a kid, like still a baby here. And then you're gonna realize, looking back once you make it a couple years, like wow, I was really immature, and so forth and so forth. Where your level of maturity is now will probably escalate later in life. So just be prepared. Have fun in college. Just don't be an idiot. Moving on to homework and classes. This is probably one of the biggest ones. Thinking that college classes are not going to be that much harder than what they were in high school. Like, you never studied in high school, so you don't have to study in college. You can choose going out with your friends over doing homework. You'll be able to ditch class no problem and be able to catch up easily. You will survive taking 18 credits every single semester. Well, let me tell you, when it comes to homework, make sure you do it because it actually helps, and that's a big factor of your grade. You will be spending a lot of time in front of a laptop screen instead of in front of a pong table because homework comes first. You should always make homework before parties because homework, exams, you need to study. I didn't think I needed to study for my first exam. I got a 33% on my first math exam in college. I walked out with an A in the class in the end. But you know, in the moment, I called my dad sobbing because I didn't think I would make it in college. And then I just realized I had to adjust my priorities. And then I ended up doing just fine. And since then, I haven't really had that problem. Also, be prepared to fail your first exam, especially if you don't know the format of what the professor is doing or just even like how you're adjusting in college. I would honestly be prepared more to fail it. I would try not to fail it, but don't be surprised if you do fail it because I know a lot of people have not done too hot or what they thought they were gonna get on their first exams. So just be prepared mentally and emotionally. Just go to your dining hall, get some ice cream, get something that makes you feel good on the inside to cheer yourself up, and then just get back on the horse and keep going because you can do this, sis. You got this. Also, what I suggest is devoting specific times to doing homework and being in like a school mode so that you can have free time and personal time to yourself later, just so you're not dying under all of the stress, especially when it comes to midterms and finals. Like, those are actual hell weeks. Devoting your time, making sure everything's the way you want it to be and laid out the way you want it to be, everything will then become peachy keen and you'll be able to live. As for ditching, ditch if you want to. This is really your choice. Some professors do take attendance, there's participation. You are paying thousands of dollars to go to class, but you know it's your money. You pick if you want to ditch or not. Again, you're 18, you are an adult, so you do get to make your own decisions. I say don't ditch, but when you look at it, it is your choice not to. But if you do ditch, you probably will be behind no matter how cool the person you sit next to is and say that they'll give you your notes. It's not the same as actually being there, writing down everything, getting your participation points, able to ask questions easier, yada yada yada. You also may miss a pop quiz, or maybe there is a activity that will be graded and then you just missed out on all of those points, so then that will also cause you to stress, but it's your choice. My last topic is health. Now, when I first went to college, I thought the freshman 15 was a myth. Like, I was expecting not to get it. I was gonna be perfect health. If anything, I was gonna be fitter than I was in high school. I wasn't ever gonna get sick. I was gonna have perfect mental health. Well, I thought I wasn't gonna get the freshman 15 because I was walking all my classes, whereas in high school I only had 4 classes a day and I had to drive to school, and then I would just sit in the same class for an hour and a half, and that was it. When I first went to college, yes, I was walking everywhere. I was also eating twice as much, and I wasn't going to the gym as often as I thought I was because it's no longer a required class. And then I didn't have soccer practice after or any other sort of practice after school. Exercising, eating right food is gonna be your best way to prevent it. Always have emergency on you, especially now with things that are going on. Always be hand sanitizing. Have some sort of like disinfectant wipe down door handles, because let me tell you, the dorms are a petri dish. Like, at first we were worried about the flu. Now we're worried about the flu and what's happening right now. If you're sick, you also may need something more than just emergency. You may actually have to go see a doctor, and chances are there's doctors on campus because there typically is a medical center. Go see them. They can give you antibiotics and stuff that you'll need. Just be preventative, wash your hands, take some sort of vitamin supplement if you need to, take some sort of vitamin C. As for mental health, college affects people differently with this. This is another thing where colleges provide resources. Take advantage of them while you can, because right now they are free. This is the only time you're pretty much going to get free mental health care, and if you dedicate yourself to going and taking care of yourself, it will hopefully help. So I hope you guys learned something from my expectations versus reality. These were all things that I thought before going to school, so they may not be what you think. It's just something to keep in mind before you start classes, especially if you are going back to school or going to live on campus. It is an adjustment. Be prepared for a lot of changes that will be coming. Make the college experience that you want to have. I mean, while you're going to be there, you're going to be stressed and a lot of changes are going to happen, but it's also going to be some of the best times that you have. Hopefully, you're going to have so much fun while you're there, and you'll be studying something that you want to study, and that things will be okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you're most nervous for about this upcoming school year. If you're gonna be a freshman in university, what are you most nervous about? Like, what are you expecting to happen? And if you're not gonna be a freshman, or if you've already graduated, what were you nervous about? And how did you overcome that? Subscribe to my channel and turn on that bell icon to be notified every time I upload, which is 3 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. Follow me on my Instagram at juliespecht to kind of see a more behind the scenes into my life, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.